Alright, we are recording, so we're ready whenever. Noah, you wanna start off our podcast? Yeah, there we go. Very nice.
Very nice.
Alright. What you drinking, Austin?
Oh, just some normal coffee, nothing.
Oh,
nothing to
really?
see
Oh,
here.
okay.
Oh man, nice.
Well, that's not a callback or anything.
Is that a homebrew recipe? Is that something you came up with yourself, or is that
No,
commercial?
I think the team came up with
That's
that.
a meme team official flavor.
Yeah.
Yep.
Meme
Look
team
for
exclusive.
Sold in a
Look for it
back
in
alley
your-
near you.
Yeah, look for it anywhere groceries are not sold.
Alright, so it's been a while since we've done a podcast, so it's been probably over a year, maybe under a year, I don't know. It's been a while.
Well, it's
So-
almost been a year since I've been back, so
Yeah.
it definitely been over a year since.
Did we do the first? You were in Texas when we did the first one, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go around and introduce each other, since people only might know us from our usernames or profile pictures. I'm Dalton, or Big Iron. I'm the marketing video editor guy. Noah.
Hello, I'm Red Leader. I'm Noah. I shoot people.
I'm Gold Leader, also known as Austin. I also shoot people.
We have a surprise last-minute fourth guest today. You want to introduce yourself?
Killer Queen. I try to shoot people.
Also known as the Tism.
The Tism.
He lurks around shopping malls a lot.
That's right.
Wears a
Yeah.
lot of Adidas.
Hiding from all the gay kids.
Well, you do what you gotta do. So I had a list of stuff to talk about right now, and instead I have a list of stuff I'm trying to sell pulled up, so I need to switch that around. I don't think that helps
I
us
mean, you
very
could
much.
talk about that, I'm sure.
Alright. Dell monitor arm, Corsair case, CTS, headlights for CTS, Trans Am wheels, and RGB keyboard. Anyone want to comment on any of that? No? Okay.
Her trans.
So, unless anyone else can chime in, obviously we don't have to go to this specific list of topics here. Maybe we can make it as natural as possible. But so our topics we're going to talk about. The first thing I had listed was Guardians and the video delay for the Guardians video. So I figured we could all so the Guardians or Operation Iron Horse 4 was our first Milsim. Well, Noah and I had been to two different Milsims that were not quite Milsims. We'd been to Brushy Mountain, which is infamous in the airsoft community as the Battle of Two Doors. That was our first experience, but we had a lot of fun. And then we went to Operation New Frontier at CartCon, our local field, which was like a one-day event or like a 12-hour event. And it was an interesting Milsim that we ended up memeing so hard we broke the game and ended up winning, but that's alright. So this is the first time all three of us, the main three members, got to all take a road trip to where in Georgia was it? What was
Perry.
it? Perry, Georgia. Yeah, and go to Guardian Centers, and it was a blast all the way around.
Oh yeah.
What'd you think, Austin? That was your first Milsim, period.
Yeah, so that was my first ever any Milsim, because like you said, I was in Texas during the Brushy Milsim and then the New Frontier at CartCon. So I, unfortunately, as sketchy as the Brushy Milsim was, but it was some good moments. I unfortunately missed that, and it was super unfortunate that I missed pretty much the first ever Milsim that CartCon held, our local field. So that was super sad. So the Guardian Center Iron Horse was my very first Milsim, and then with the team too. So that was actually really cool.
We learned a lot. I know Noah's
Yeah.
main takeaway. Noah's main takeaway is don't bring water. So on the list, they were like, "Hey, you got a fob box? You can bring it to the fob. Bring a case of water to drink for your team the whole day." So I went and got one. And we got there, and there was like a pyramid taller than us of water cases, and that a bunch of the veterans told us, "Oh, all the noobs bring water for everybody.
The
Nope.
schmucks bring water.
Yeah, all the fucking schmucks. Everyone else knows not to bring water." So that was like our fob box was just like a Craftsman 30-gallon tote, and it was heavy because we had so
We
much
also
stuff in it.
learned that we need wheels
Yeah,
for a fob box.
Yep.
Everyone else was
Yep.
brushing out these these fold up carts with power steering and
4-wheel drive.
yeah, it was, and we were carrying we were just
Physically,
roughing it.
we physically carried our fob box because it says fucking box, so we had a box. And me and Austin carried that thing
A mile?
at
Almost.
least 10 miles actually, for sure, definitely 10 miles. It was probably like half a mile, but it was the longest.
Yeah.
Longest stretch.
And that was switching between the four of us because we had a
Yeah.
Zell with us. So I mean, the
that's
two
right.
we would take turns, and even that was
No,
miserable.
it was miserable.
And then after a full day of playing,
You had
having to
haul
bring
it
it
back.
back.
That was
Carrying that box at midnight
because
after the first day, I thought about just leaving it. Honestly,
I was like, I don't want
we'll
to
be
do
back
this.
tomorrow. What if we just left it?
I
We
because
took it.
the pamphlet or like the intel we were given basically said, oh, we'll load them in a truck and it'll take them to site.
Bullshit.
Never
Oh yeah.
happened.
Oh yeah.
Bullshit.
That too, yeah.
The U-Haul
No
trucks were
truck.
so unreliable, and there was some controversy with the rule following of the U-Hauls during the game of the first day. So the keys were like taken away by the admins. No one could drive the
Yeah,
U-Haul.
they fired
It was
all
out
the
of play.
drivers.
So,
So
we
getting it back at
yeah.
the end of the night was a no-go.
Definitely out
Yeah.
of question. The second day we used Austin's rolling DeWalt tool container to put most of our stuff in, and we severely held back on what we brought the second day,
We
and
had
that
some
made it a
BBs,
lot
I
better.
think that was it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, for our first ever Milsim, and this was like a legit Milsim, Brushy was cool, but it definitely wasn't as big and massive as this event was. New Frontier even wasn't, at CartCon wasn't even anywhere near the scale.
Yeah.
And so, we all like to be really prepared. Even Noah, who says, he doesn't need a lot, wants to prepare. You
Still
wanted to
took too
prepare.
much shit.
We all over prepared and took too much. But
For
we
sure.
learned, for our first event and first real big event like that, it was definitely a learning experience. So now we know what to do and what not to do, what to expect and what not to expect.
We have had many in-depth discussions about the min-maxing our new fob box, which is basically just going to be that cart, and we're going to put all our guns in there and just roll it all the way out there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that was the
A
thing too, is
purge, if
you guys
will.
were having to put your guns on the Craftsman container.
Yeah. Well,
while
I had
we're
mine
carrying-
slung, front slung, and I was like walking with it, and it was hitting everything, hitting me, hitting the box, and I was like, Noah had his on top of the box because his sling wasn't attached yet, and so we're trying to carry this box on uneven ground, trying to keep the gun from falling off the top, and
Yeah.
then handing it off to the other two team members to get our break in. That was brutal.
That was one thing that I was a little, I don't want to say mad, but disappointed in about Iron Horse 4, especially after talking to Alphonse at the end of day one, where if you look at the maps of the AO, and I might overlay it in the video, like, we started way off in the woods, and the UFS was like way up, and they actually got a building.
Yeah, they had a road with a building. I'm pretty sure with flat lake ground.
But it was just such a walk to get back to the main city where all the conflict was. I guess that like the main focus for the admins seemed to be like making medics as valuable as possible, because we had 40 medics for the whole team. Is that right?
Ooh, no, we didn't even have that many.
I wish we had that many.
Was it maybe 20 maybe?
I saw 2 medics those whole 2 days.
It was
And
like
then one we made.
We had right
We'll
about
get
30.
into that later. My God. But
We had about 30.
okay.
Don't worry, Austin's trained in first aid and buddy care.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
right.
that CLS baby.
We did a
Um,
lot of buddy aid for sure.
Yeah.
A lot of buddies and a lot of aids.
oh,
Improvising medics. They got on the spot training.
Yeah, so like that was one thing Bo said he was really focusing on, is like keep your medics behind you, protect them at all costs, because if you don't, it's a fucking long ass walk back to the thing. But at the same time, it still felt like a lot of our day was walking, simply because our squad and the people we were rolling with, we were at the front lines the entire day. So we were taking.
How about we start from the beginning, and we'll start with
okay.
the squad we never had.
Okay.
And then we'll go into the squad we wound up with.
So, if they're out there watching this, we're sorry, but being our first Milsim and everything, we started out with a squad of guys, and it was we our first push. We went through the tunnels, the longer of the tunnels, and we immediately got separated from the squad. The UFS got a really good push and got a good ambush on us. There was no comms. Like we didn't know what was going on. It was a clusterfuck for sure. And so we immediately, I think all three of us were like, listen, if this is going to be how the whole day is going to be, we need to just right away switch to go with Sam Squamch and Furby. They're two of the refs from our home field, and they were rolling with like a 20 deep squad of people from Tennessee that we most of them we knew.
Side note, CartCon, our main field, the head ref who is Furby, and then a bunch of the local guys that are also at that field called R2K, they, like Dalton said, they were rolling 20 deep, and they all went. And, we were like, man, screw this. We're going to link up with our homeboys from our local field, and we're going to go do some work.
Because they'd been to many AMS events. Furby had been to Guardians at least once or twice before. Yep. So we're like, this is going to be our best bet. We know these guys. We literally play with them on the regular. Mm-hmm. My monitor's shaking, sorry. But, like, it's easily the best decision tactically. And so we went, switched comms, and we literally never saw the other guys for the rest of the day. Mm-hmm. So I don't know where they went. The whole time. And it was no hard feelings. It was just like, we're going to be more effective, and we're going to be less
our
lost.
Commander was like, hey, have you guys seen your squad leader? And we're like, nah, bro. Absolutely not.
He was gone. Like...
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh no, we told him we went with these guys because we from the same field. We know these guys." And he was like, "Listen, are you having fun?" We're like, "Yeah." And he goes, "That's all I care about." So big ups, like he was.
Big ups to that dude because all he cared about was us having fun because we were like, no offense to the first squad, but we weren't really accomplishing anything. We don't know them very well. It was just kind of spotty from the beginning. They were some good dudes, but
and
it is what it is.
We also, our first time like registering for an AMS event, we didn't think to like, because you can put in your squad or whatever team you're rolling with, and they'll try to group you together in squads or whatever. Yeah. And we didn't do that. We put MT6 on ours instead of R2K, so we got put on a different thing. But this time we registered under R2K, and we were in a just lawless like 40-person Instagram group chat of everyone that's going, and it is.
Yeah.
I think at this point we're up to 30 people going in the R2K group.
There's people from California that are coming in. It's
some people flying from California to meet us. It's gonna be great.
That's gonna be a good time.
But
so what we're referencing, we haven't really referenced what we're talking about. So Dalton just said this time around we did it right. So he's talking about Blacksite 2. So that's something that's happening in November, and we're super excited about that. And we're going to do things right this time. We're prepared the right way. So
last words.
We're gonna mess up something.
Yeah. But you can plan as much as you like, but everyone knows.
I'm gonna kill a motor halfway through the day.
So like, I guess all of the people that were like real clicky with AMS got all the cool objectives, and they're like, "Oh, dude, go meet Optimus Prime, give him a hard drive, go do this, go do that." We were like, "Nah, dude, just go like, I guess pull the trigger on your guns somewhere. I guess shoot at a wall or something." So we just decided, like Furby's group and everything, they were just pushing as far up as possible. And
our main objective with Furby was to catch as many CPs as humanly possible.
Yeah.
And I think we accomplished that goal.
We got a pretty good amount. And also being so far pushed forward, it gave a lot of the guys behind us a lot of cushion to go in and look through all these buildings for intel and gain even more points.
Yeah. We gave the cool guys the cushion in the room to get their cool guy shit done.
Editing day one, which is a whole other thing, but like it seems like 80% of that footage was in the sunken city. We were at the front lines. In the tunnels, the side of the tunnels, or the sunken city, pretty much the whole day. And I know another thing that like Alphonse and a couple other UFS guys commented on were like the UFS just like was not almost trying the first day. Like everyone was in spawn. Like I don't know if like morale was low. I don't know like what the hell was happening.
There's a few guys on our Iron Horse video that even commented on the video. They're like, "Hey, I was on UFS and my team all they did was LARP and take photos of each other all day." So I mean, not talking trash about UFS, but fuck UFS. But that is what it is. I mean, there's a lot of videos from guys on UFS on YouTube of Iron Horse, and like people with like Mojo Mills and some other, I can't remember the name, but he's like a video game, and he used to be SWAT or something. And
I watched his video. Yeah, it got a lot of views.
And they moved really tactically, and they did things right, but for some reason they weren't getting anywhere. And I think it was because the majority of their team was not on the same page as they were.
And they seem to be fighting like in huge choke points where there's long standoffs. And I think their time, even though they might have made good progression, was just spent slowly crawling up. Like they were in the main subway station, and it was just like some Operation Metro shit where it was just gridlocked.
And Cost just apparently fights differently. Like
We're just a bunch of animals.
I don't know if you guys have seen the Planet of the Apes remakes, but the scene in the first one where all the monkeys have made their breakout and they're on like the Golden Gate Bridge or whatever, and all just like you know, and they've all got FALs and shit, and they're like smacking helicopters out of the sky and stuff like that. That's kind of Cost. Like that's kind of how Cost fights.
Yeah.
As far as I can
Good
tell.
description.
Yeah.
Like, how do you stop that? You know, like
Yeah.
you know,
Like we didn't have Command whispering in our ear the whole time saying, "Hey, fall back, push back."
never
this
heard from
position."
Command a single
Never
time.
heard from
We were
Command.
just
We
out
didn't have
there.
a squad leader. It was just us doing our thing, which apparently is tearing shit up.
Us with the
Team six
R2K
against the
was
world.
extremely effective.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
we got just a lot of really, really good footage too from day one from all three of us. And like, if you guys haven't seen the video yet, I encourage everyone to go watch it.
Yeah.
It was.
And it sounds like we're talking mad shit and we're like, oh, we're so good. But I mean, the video doesn't lie. And in the video, some spoilers ahead. You know, if you don't want to hear spoilers, click off. But we caught 3 or 4 CPs with 4 people.
Yeah, and the UFS was like, bro, you guys are lazy. Like,
Yeah.
you're probably right.
And we caught 4 of their CPs in a matter of 30 minutes with 4 people.
One second, I'm gonna make sure we're recording still. When we
You
are.
better
Okay.
be.
Yeah, we're good. I'm sorry, I'm just being paranoid.
We just lost everything. All right, do it
No,
again.
I,
boys.
I haven't shadow
Run it
played
back.
anything in a while. I'm just paranoid. It's gonna tell me we're on a bad update or something. But yeah, and the video took a long time. That was 100% on me, because like when we got back, I was like, nah, dude, I'm gonna have this up in like 2 weeks. I'm gonna blah 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 blah. We're gonna be the first one to have a video up, and our trailer went up pretty quick. It was like
Yeah.
the same week, the same like the next couple days. But like without going into huge rant and detail, like I was working a job at the time that was miserable, and I was just like, I didn't have any energy for like almost 9 months to edit anything. And so like I just was not in a headspace to do a lot of Instagram team stuff, blah 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 blah. I know both of you guys had a lot of stuff going on. Noah, you've been working a lot of overtime. Austin, you've got a fucking new house and a kid and everything, so you've been busy.
Yeah.
And that's just the good thing about being an adult, is we can pour an obscene, disgusting amount of money into this and do whatever we want. The bad part is that we have to be an adult sometimes, and sometimes.
Yeah.
But like I recently just got a new job, which is a lot better, and that allowed me to finally have some time to finish up this video the last couple weeks.
I'm excited for part 2.
Part 2 is in the works. I've been working on it some today. I'm hoping by the end of September, just as a realistic goal, it's going to be out. It takes me a long time to watch 3 10-hour POVs, cut out the like walk into spawn and the boring parts, cut it down, decide which of the 3, because they're all synced time-wise, then decide which of the 3 at that current time is getting the best POV, then cut it down, do transitions, do effects, do more memes, render it out, put music in, like check the audio, make sure everything's level. It takes a lot of time. So I feel like our videos have definitely a lot more polish than a lot of other airsoft stuff. And my thing is like, there's a lot of really good Milsim videos out there, but I feel like they're just the footage and you're just watching like highlights. And I always want our Milsim videos to tell as much of a story as possible.
Yeah.
And that's why the New Frontier videos may be the favorite one that I've done on the channel, just because like it tells a story from the very beginning, when it's literally pitch black outside, to the very end of the day of us on the berm, with our guns in the air, like we won the day. And like it's a cool video to watch because of that. And that's the kind of the vibe I try to get with our Milsim videos.
A lot of people don't realize also that like there's 3 perspectives, 3 people's
Yeah.
cameras that you have to go through and edit. And like you said, you have to watch all that, get rid of the garbage.
Plus run
See-
cam footage. Like
yeah,
it's
so you got two plus cameras per person worth of footage for our run cam and then GoPro. That's a lot of footage for one dude.
I mean, it
to go
takes
through and put
Alphonse a month just to edit his footage sometimes, and like he's going to way more events and playing more than us. But like,
Yeah.
you know, it just to put it in, it is a lot, and I've got a pretty efficient process. But like, if I'm not doing it, you know, 3-4 days out of the week and on the weekend, like it takes a lot of time. And I've got part 2 and then an 10-year anniversary at CartCon footage I still need to edit, and I'm going to try to have both of those done by Blacksite, which I feel like I can do. That way we're at 100% caught up on footage, and I'm going to try to have Blacksite out within like 2 to 3 weeks of us getting back, at least part 1.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
But no, Iron Horse was a really cool event, super awesome experience. Met a lot of super cool people.
Yeah.
That's also one of my favorite things about going. It's maybe not even just about playing airsoft. One, the road trip there with all the
phenomenal.
boys.
10 out of
Dude,
10.
awesome time. You know, stopping to eat restaurants, Buc-ee's.
Yeah. No, we got to
just-
visit 2 Buc-ee's.
Just
Dude,
the
2
just the
Buc-ee's in
memories.
one trip.
Just the memories and the good times with that alone, and then getting there and getting to meet like all these other new people. And there was a lot of guys from R2K from our home field that we didn't even know
Yeah,
that well, and
right.
at that Milsim we got to know them very well, and we got to roll alongside them, work as a team, and we flew like fluently together really well. We worked really well together, I thought.
I
They didn't
agree.
tell us to piss off, so that's
No.
good.
No.
Yeah. So it was just a really cool experience. I think it was crazy though. It's still mind blowing to me that I'm gonna go to the FPS limit rules there for AMS, dude. That was wild. I had no idea that gun would be so
Okay.
hot.
I have to mention the Chrono dude, and I don't know if he will ever see this, and I don't know what his name. Was he part of Amped, or was it the AMS Chrono dude?
No, it was an AMS.
AMS?
guy.
Yeah.
Okay, whoever he was, like, he's just doing his job. Like, he's got to
Yeah,
keep people
absolutely.
safe. I'm
Yeah.
not hating on the guy, but it was really funny just because of his reactions. Like, I think I was with Austin when he got his gun chronoed, and so the limit for ARs is 400 for
Yeah.
AEGs, and would you do like 4?
It was 410.
And the guy was
freaked.
like, he was almost like Boss Nass from Star Wars. He's like, "Oh, this is unacceptable. This will kill someone. I will not have this on my field."
His exact words was, "I cannot allow this." He's like, "Absolutely not." And then he like threw my gun back, and he was like, "I don't know what you need to do to figure it out," but he was like, "You need to make it happen." He was like, "But this is just way too hot, and I cannot allow this."
So
And, like, it was, dude, 410. Our local field is what is it for AEGs for rivals?
420.
420, 425.
And our indoor field,
Indoor
which is
field,
CQB,
420.
420. And
Yeah.
this Milsim, which is supposed to be for big boys, is 400. And this dude freaked out because I was 10 FPS over. I
So-
was like, dude, this is wild.
this man goes like in a ditch beside where we parked our truck, and he's just unloading like 5-6 mid caps. I've got a
'Cause I was
video
trying
somewhere
to
of my
do
phone.
everything.
He's trying to warm up your gun, and I got a video of you somewhere of you doing that, and I'm just going, "Are you winning, son?"
Because I was just unloading like 10 mid caps, 120 round mid caps through that, just trying to get the spring weak. Or I don't know. I was trying to figure something out. And I had forgotten that because the gun was still new to me. And so I had forgotten that it was a quick change spring. So I had some of the R2K guys finally showed up because we got there super early. So they finally showed up and they had an actual like tech with them. And he was like, "Oh, you got a quick change spring. We'll just cut the spring down a few coils." I was like, "Oh, dope, too easy." So we pulled the spring out, too easy. I went through 3 pliers trying
Yeah.
to cut a few coils.
I wish
off
I
of
still
the
had
spring.
mine.
I'll
My-
go to the Dollar Tree, and the Dollar General down the road, and get you the same pliers you had.
No, I'm saying like I wish I had kept them to show on camera, because I had these really cheap
Yeah.
$1 like Walmart set, and he basically, it just looked like they were now in italics because they both were just bent off to the side. So I went and bought like a electrician's pro master kit of pliers, so that never happens again.
Yeah.
But we got it
Well,
sorted out.
Yeah, so we eventually got the coils cut and put it back in the gun, and that actually brought up a whole new set of problems later in the day. So I went to go chrono again, and it was like 390 or something like that. So that was cool. Later in the day, my tube starts getting loose, and I was like, so I'm walking the whole day. My buffer tube is just freaking jangling, but it is what it is. Get back to the hotel, go to tighten it up, and I go to test my gun out to make sure I didn't crimp any wires. Well, what did I do? I crimped a fucking wire in the buffer tube. So it didn't have good contact, so then I had to use the MP5, which was cool. It worked out, and the MP5 seemed to do just fine for what we were doing. So, but yeah, it was a wild few days for me.
We were really, really looking forward to the night game because Noah and I had kind of done that, but Austin was super pumped for it. And like walking into the city, the GoPros just don't do well at night. I think no GoPro really does. But like walking in at first, some of the streets were lit and some weren't, and it was a really nice mix.
The city was really, really cool.
Then they just started cutting everything off, and I don't know if like
at all.
It would be cool if that's some like gameplay thing where like you could go and be like, hey, I'm gonna turn this off, and like an admin will turn it off for you or do something, and like they're cutting off all the lights. Because then we were in the gym, which had like a boxing ring and exercise equipment and everything in there, pitch black. We're shooting out the windows, and then all of a sudden everyone in our building says hit, and we get massacred by fucking dudes wearing nods coming in, and followed by Alphonse. And later we learned they're his like actual ranger buddies that came out with them. They're all packing
75th
nods.
Ranger Regiment.
And that was super cool. I'm honored to get shot by them. But
yeah, you hear me in the video right after we all get slaughtered, and I was like, fucking nods.
Oh, you can hear me in Alphonse's video say "pay to win" at the very end.
I was making fun of him so hard.
Yeah, dude. Oh my gosh, Noah's trash talk.
Scary.
It took you guys 9 hours to kill me. Oh my.
Well,
God.
hell, I died 3 times the entire event.
Yeah,
that was one of them.
Guys, listen, UFS, if you're watching this, y'all gotta step it up. Like, y'all gotta figure something out. Like,
they can't even figure out how to buy tickets. So I mean, I don't know what hope
you guys
there's
still
in.
haven't bought all your tickets for Blacksite.
I think there's like 50 left still.
They talk so much shit about cost, but where are you? Like, I get if you want to talk shit, but back it up, bro.
What was it? Was I with you when that one UFS guy was walking past our truck and he said something about, "I'll just throw it away"? Or...
You mean bubble bath?
Yeah.
What happened?
Were you with me, Noah?
Yeah, I was. We were at the
don't
truck, and you were trying to re-chrono.
Yeah.
And Azel was, he was just working on his hop-up or something, and he was test firing his gun, and this UFS guy just walks up and he's like, "Oh, just throw your gun away. It's trash. Just throw it in that creek down there. You're not gonna need it anyway." Blah blah blah. And we're like, "Who are you?" Like,
yeah.
He just had that tone, you know. He's just kind of being a chode.
Pretty sure he had flip flops on at that point too.
He did. He had flip flops. He was carrying like 15 guns on him.
That's how you know he's tactical.
By the way.
Yeah.
They have 42 tickets for Blacksite left.
Yeah, still.
All right,
40
UFS, go get your tickets. They need you. They're gonna need every man they can get.
So.
And those tickets have been up for what? At least a month.
Yeah. Cost sold out like
month.
immediately.
Yeah, in a weekend. Jeez. Yeah, that guy was.
Don't even get me started on that Facebook group. No memes allowed.
That was not
Yeah.
pleasant.
So, I guess, not that it's really that big of a deal, but I think personally I was the reason why AMS reinstituted a no memes rule on the Facebook page.
You were.
Because when the Will Smith stuff was real hot, I put up a thing that's like smacking like a UFS guy. It's like, keep cost name out your mouth, and I thought it was pretty innocent. It was just standard, B-level shit talk.
And then right after that, dude,
they deleted it. I'm surprised I didn't get banned. And then like one of the admins came out and they're like, "Alright guys, we need to keep a certain thing of professionality, and it's all about, we're gonna settle our problems on the field with BBs and no talking smack and blah 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 blah. Let's get back to asking if we can wear these camos. Alright, okay." So
yeah, they were babying UFS so hard.
It was pretty bad.
Let me hold your hand.
I saw U-Hauls unloading some strollers on their side, I think. I'm pretty sure.
They had a sippy cup break at 11:30.
They even had to.
I don't know if you heard that on the radio.
Oh yeah, they even had to make a post and said, "Guys, UFS is gonna be so good this year. You guys better bring your A game.
I remember that.
UFS has got a new commander. You just wait." UFS is gonna turn it around and cost you. Just you better be prepared. We get there. I was like, all right, man. Maybe. Hey, from what I hear, UFS has not been so great. Hey, maybe they got a new commander. Hey, maybe this is gonna be the year. And my first Milsim one, we're gonna get spanked by UFS. Then did not happen.
No.
Did not happen. I barely saw any of them the whole event.
Day 2 is a little bit better, I feel like, but there's a lot more back and forth. We got to see a lot more of the different areas. We got in some good firefights, but it was a shorter day.
Yeah, day 2 was it felt fast. The gameplay felt a lot faster because we only had 4 hours, I think, right?
And I'm not trying to like blow smoke or suck anybody off here, but I honest to God, I believe that had a lot to do with Alphonse's push the very beginning of day 2, and he got all the way up to that building because we got to the
because that's the main entry point, really.
Yeah, and they held it all day.
Yeah, if he hadn't have made that push, they would have never gotten into the main part of the city.
Kicked him out of that hospital though.
So one thing we're doing, I know Austin and I specifically are doing to be even more prepared for Blacksite, is yours is already done. Mine is in the mail or I think I got an email this morning. It's being picked out by Amped right now. We are going HPA boys, and I'm pretty excited. I never thought that when I got back into this 2 years ago I would ever own an HPA gun. I just thought that was always like above my whatever, but I've made the decision to. Austin convinced me. So you've got a Mark 18 HPA'd, and it has 300 horsepower? Was it?
Yeah. So for AMS events, it has to be, what was it, 320 FPS or 150 joules?
That sounds
right.
What
was the joules?
1.5.
1.5 joules. Or 320 FPS. So we got it right under that. We're gonna have to reset it up because I got to get a new barrel and bucking. But as of right now, it's shooting that really consistently. This actually isn't my first ever HPA. I used to have a Ares Amoeba Honey Badger that had a Polar Star Fusion engine in it. That was many years ago, back when me and Noah used to play on Green Team at CartCon. And that's when Green Team was good. Yeah, that's when Green Team was good. But yeah, so I ran that for the longest time, and then we stopped going for a while, and I sold it for stupid cheap. Stupidest thing I've ever done. Well, one of the stupidest things I've done. Quite multiple stupid things.
It's a long list.
And when I keep thinking about it, it gets longer. But yeah, so this is just a Polar Star jack in it with Amped integral lines, and everything I ordered was from Amped. And I got the Redline Mini SFR regulator with Amped 36-inch line, and then the Amped line inside this. My very first time taking apart an AEG and doing any type of work to it and getting it back together to being functional.
Nothing caught on fire or anything, huh?
No. So it was pretty easy to install, and I was kind of scared. I was like, oh, I'm gonna mess it up. Pretty expensive. It's a brand new AEG. The only thing that was wrong was that crimped wire we could have fixed pretty easily. It's a good AEG. It's an EMG Helios Mark 18, something like that. But yeah, it was super easy to do. So when you get yours in, that'll be really fun to do.
I got the identical setup. I got the Amped player kit. Then I got a Ninja carbon fiber. I think it's the 68 over 4500 tank.
Yeah, 68 over 4500. This is an HK Army that I have right now. But it'll be the same size. This is the mini SFR made by Redline, and you got the same one, correct?
Yeah, it's the same one.
Yeah, it's got a cover on it that I also got from Amped.
I got the same size lines and everything. I got my name put on them. I don't know how that's gonna look for $1. I was curious.
I mean, I'm sure it'll look something like.
Yeah.
Whatever.
We'll see. We'll see how it turns out. We also, CartCon as of right now, their HPA filler or compressor is borked real bad, and we have heard many different angles and stories and opinions on why it may or may not come back.
We're
And,
pretty
like,
close with the head ref and the
Yeah.
other guys there, so we got the inside scoop.
And we don't know if it'll ever come back or not, at least not for the foreseeable future. So one of our other team members, his call sign is Dad, he found this really cool portable compressor. And actually a couple of the guys, shout out to Ethan out there and his dad that we played at Brushy. They live where in Tennessee, Noah? Was it
Oak Ridge area.
the Oak Ridge area. And his dad had some sort of a portable compressor, and it looks almost like a small jump box. It's like a metal box with a handle on it, and you can hook it up to a car battery with it running, or you can as an adapter for an AC outlet. And it will charge and fill up to, it says like 4,000, but we're thinking maybe 3,000 to 3,500 psi. And it can, we would used it at CartCon one day when they were down, and it worked. It's a little slower, but so we all went in, and it's sitting in this box right behind me here. But we went in and all pitched in and bought one, and so now we'll be able to bring that with us whenever, or people can take it at their houses or whatever, and be able to fill up.
It would also be nice to take when we go to the Milsim.
Yeah.
So when we go back to the hotel at night for the second day, we can refill. So the second day we can top off our tanks, make sure they're completely full. So that'd be nice.
Because the HPA fill line at the Milsim site is always super crowded and everything, and like it's nice to be like, maybe one of us can go wait in line to do that, and like the other guy can be filling up his gun over here.
It's just nice to be self-sufficient, have your own equipment, so that way you don't have to rely on someone else to get your stuff ready for you, or because something could happen with theirs, or the line could be very long, or anything could happen.
Right.
So it's always nice to have an option.
I'll put a link to that down in the description in case anyone's curious. Because the way I figure it, like, if more people buy this and have it, that's less people begging to use ours at the field. So, just
We're gonna charge you.
We'll charge you for sure. We'll take Venmo, but we'll charge you.
You buy a patch, you get a fill.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
That's right.
One patch equals one fill.
And if you're subscribed everywhere, we may give you a discount. We may give you like an extra fill. We don't know. We'll see what happens. But
speaking of patches though, like
we haven't talked
really
about it.
We haven't showcased them or talked.
We did
about
like
them.
one post. Yeah, so we spent a lot of time designing our new Chungo patches, and I don't know if I can use mine too. Let's see if my autofocus
My light
is any
is
better.
really bright. There we go.
Here, I got mine right here.
Yeah, autofocus on webcams is always AIDS, but we posted about it at some point. Come on, guy.
It was before. No, it was after the Milsim, I think, because we had just got them right before we.
Yeah, we got them just in time for the Milsim. So it's a Chungus wearing a bump helmet and or a fast helmet, and he's wearing a plate carrier, and he's got like a patch, a name tape across his chest that says Meme Team 6 on it, and he's doing this.
The finky.
And it's a pretty good size. Like, it's really, really detailed. I know our webcams don't want us to show that, but like it's a good size where you can put it anywhere on a plate carrier and it not take up a whole lot of room, but it's still like you can tell what it is right away.
Yeah, I mean this is it on a helmet, so it's not very big.
The design came. Noah and MT6 Dad made this, and this was our original patch. And
OG patch.
that's kind of like the founder one. That you can't, like, this is just team members, and we have like a limited number of this one. Yeah. But it is he's wearing a carrier and wearing a helmet, and so I just kind of took that design and remastered it or whatever you want to call it.
He's in the fields of Tarkov.
So, but we're selling these. They are for sale. We have probably 60, 70 left.
Yeah.
We're doing. What did we agree on? 10 apiece?
Yeah, 10 apiece.
So if we take them to the field with us, so anytime you're at CartCon, if you see us at Blacksite, if you see us, I don't know, maybe I'm buying toilet paper at Walmart, if you run into me, just let me know.
I always keep a couple in my pocket.
I set up a PayPal and a Venmo and I think a Cash App. I would prefer to just use one, but I know starting out, like, people have like a bajillion different fucking ways they like to do shit. So we plan to set up a store eventually, but doing that is like, to set up a store, you got to have like a business number. To set up a business number, you got to be a business. You got to have a PO box. You got to have a bank account. Like it's a lot, and we like maybe we'll get to that eventually, but we've got a lot of other stuff going on and other things we got to worry about monetarily before we get to that. So right now we're just using personal PayPal, or you can use cash if you see us on the field somewhere.
Yeah.
And we got them with us, so if you want one, just message the main account on our Instagram. That way it's all in one place where we can all see them. And Austin will he'll message you back, or one of us will, and get your address, and
We can ship.
yeah, we would ship anywhere, and we've got envelopes and whatnot.
We have
so.
mail here.
We
right.
have mail.
A lot of people don't realize it, but Tennessee actually has like stuff, so we can do
Got a
stuff and
couple
things.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Just a
got
couple stuff.
Our
got a
post
couple
office
stuff.
has 3 horses, so it's
We
it's
will
pretty
have the
fast.
fast.
Blacksite. That's,
No, I've been there. There's nothing. There's nothing there.
Shut up. Shut up.
But
Listen, get back to your cage.
I realized that when I gave you a tour of our town, it only had 2 spots to show you, but you know,
We
we have
have-
a couple things.
we have 2 Sonics, both of which are right across the street from a Hardee's. So
Yep. 2
what?
Sonics, 2 Hardys. We now have 2 Subways.
Y'all are getting
Yeah.
a Buc-ee's soon, right?
Close.
Around
it's within
Murfreesboro.
50 miles.
Yeah,
Close enough.
Close
it's
enough.
it's a day's journey.
I got a buddy.
Gotta-
I got a buddy that I met when I was in Serbia. He's from the UK, and he wants to come here for a week to visit. His like first time in America. And I was like, bud, I was like, are you sure you want to come to Tullahoma for your first time in America? I was like, I don't know, man. I was like, there's nothing to do here. I was like, we can go to Nashville or Murfreesboro, but I was like, dude,
Take them to Jack Daniels.
yeah, something, I guess. I was like, we can go blow some tannerite up, because I know you don't have freedoms, in the UK. You can't just
Yeah.
go blow shit up. So I was like, we'll go to the range, shoot some guns, blow some stuff up. I was like, well, what are we going to do for a week in Tullahoma?
Does your buddy have a
I don't know.
TV license?
A
A lot of
TV
shoot-
license? No, he couldn't get it. It was too expensive, he said.
Okay.
Is that what he actually said?
No. But no, he's really cool, but he wants to come visit for a week, and I was like, I mean, we'll make it happen, but
TV license eats into your breakfast
He's-
bean budget.
he said, I want a cheap hotel. I was like, dude, a cheap hotel in this area, you're gonna be sleeping with the rats, my guy. I was like, I don't know what you want to do.
It'll look like our AMS hotel.
Oh, man.
Gosh, paper bags, paper special.
That was
That was
that was
brushy.
Brushy gave us the brown bag special.
Yeah, we talked about that last time, I think.
Yeah.
The infamous brown bag special.
I've made peace with just having shitty hotels. It's whatever. I don't care.
I think it's
anymore.
kind of the experience, especially for a Milsim. Like, you gotta get a crappy hotel. Like, it's fun.
Well, Perry, Georgia just doesn't have hotels. They're all actually motels. So
Yeah.
ours,
Dalton,
there was
that-
grass in the bed before I got in the bed.
Dude, the freaking fleece blanket that they had that was just covered in cigarette burn holes.
Oh, man, I
like
forgot about
Swiss
that.
cheese, my guy.
I used I slept with my Bucky's blanket.
Yeah.
I didn't touch that bed.
That
He
was-
the bathtub where the shower and stuff was, it would like depress every time you were walking
Dude,
around
yeah.
in. I
And
was
there
afraid
was
it was
no
gonna crack.
vent. There's no
Dalton,
vent in
what-
the shower.
What about that car that we opened our curtain the next morning and there was
Oh,
that
yeah.
car? Oh, you
I
have
think
to
I've got
explain.
pictures of it, but it was like a early 2000s Ford Explorer that had duct tape, gold trim on every like
Oh,
trim
yeah.
piece, like skulls everywhere, and I don't remember if it said anything specific.
I did.
but-
I can't remember
I
what
don't
it said.
remember.
But he had the like strip LEDs that you can get for like desk and stuff, and he had it like on
They
the
were
back
just
of
like
his
taped on the sides of the
taped
car.
on the sides of the car and on the back, and then he had the gold foil duct tape on every like accent piece on the outside.
There's improvised drug memorabilia all over the parking lot.
Oh yeah, you walk out, you open that door, just big old whiff of skunk.
Oh, it was dank.
Yeah,
That was a
yeah.
weird place.
That was
So-
a weird.
It
Yeah,
was,
very
it was really
George was
rapey.
weird.
So I'm getting, and I'm gonna put this in our chat here. The
Really
our
got a piece, sorry.
all right, no problem. Our home field. I'm gonna put this in general chat, I guess. Our home field, or our Nashville Airsoft, one of our home fields. The head ref there, Marcus, just sent us this on our story asking for ideas, and he said it was play.skirmish.net. I don't it seems to just be paintball. I can't get play.skirmish.net to load, so I don't know if he's wanting us to advertise that. I don't know if Nashville has something to do with that.
Oh, well, talking about fields and other places. So Summertown, we've talked about them, haven't we?
Mhm.
Not on a podcast, but amongst ourselves. So that's right across from my sister's fiance's parents' house. It's like right down the road from their house. My sister passed it and was
really?
like, "Hey,
Okay.
there's an airsoft field. Have you heard of it or been here?" And I was like, "Well, we've been meaning to go to it, but we just never have." So we need to go
Whoa.
there. We need to go there sometime and
This
check it out.
is really cool, dude.
Dude,
My dude.
my guy.
I'm
What are we looking at?
gonna put this next link. So this like one place has 50 different maps.
Dude, that's a castle.
Yeah.
Do they just do paintball?
I think maybe it's just Titman Castle. That's cool.
This is really cool, but if it's only paintball, man, that's kind of lame.
Yeah, I don't.
I mean, I like paintball. I'll go play every now and again just for fun.
So no, so Noah Marcus from Nashville sent us a thing on like asking for suggestions. He wanted us to look at play.skirmish.net. I couldn't get that to load, but I looked up skirmish, and it's this paintball field somewhere that has. And let me move this over to this monitor. It has over 50 different maps. There's like 700 acres.
Whoa.
And
What?
there's like a Titman Castle. It's the biggest.
Check the second link. This is amazing.
It is pretty wild.
Oh, you sent it to.
Could you imagine how good this would do if this was airsoft?
That man has a bow and arrow.
He's got a bow and arrow paintball gun.
So-
bow? What do you call that?
I don't know.
Is it a
Uh-oh.
bow and ball?
Bow and ball.
Let me respond to him, and maybe he'll
That's really
respond while we're recording.
This place is.
Looks like a.
It's almost worth to go play paintball. I mean, are we gonna transform to paintball?
Oh, it's in Pennsylvania. That's a couple minutes away.
Yeah.
But, well, if we show up and just rent everything, then we can just fly up there, and who cares?
Yeah.
It's just a little past walking distance.
This
Just a
place
little
is
pass.
literally called Tipman City. Wow.
That's really cool.
I
That's a
messaged him,
legit
so
castle.
I'll see if he responds.
That's pretty
while we're
awesome. See, I wish we
recording.
had stuff like that near us, but for airsoft.
I
So,
feel like we're getting there. There's already so
insane-
many fields.
Insane Chattanooga, Noah, was close to something like that. I mean, they had like
Mm-hmm.
4 different outdoor fields, and they would let you play airsoft out there every now and again. And they
Yeah,
had a
and
castle.
I've heard they built a second field somewhere. I have
Well,
not
they do Nerf
investigated.
now or something like that. There's a Nerf place in Nashville where you can go play Nerf.
They
It's like
built.
indoors.
Well, I heard Insane like at a different address, like another location has built a second field.
That would be cool.
Where's the closest laser tag? I haven't done laser tag in a long time.
Nah, dude, we need to go to the Nerf field and go record a game of us playing Nerf.
I would
at the
rather
Nerf
do
in
laser
Nashville.
tag than Nerf personally.
Oh,
One
but-
has
but
laser
bro.
tag.
Laser tag would be cool. What's the one place near us that does the laser tag and it's like multiple stories or something like that? I've never gone.
Franklin.
Yeah,
Yeah, we need to go do that. That'd be fun.
that would be cool. That's how we get our training in. We dress up in full
Yeah.
kit and go play paintball
Yeah.
or laser tag.
That's hilarious.
All right, I messaged him, so I'm gonna keep an eye and see. Like, I asked him what specifically he wants us to talk about, because there might be something I'm just being dumb and missing. So another, let's see. Next on the list is new video ideas. We had a couple. Like, once I get a lot of my like systems fully built, I wanted to do a video of that because I feel like this is a really good idea for a lot of airsofters. My dad uses it for his music stuff. I mean, it's obviously built for like trade workers and construction and like electricians and stuff, but it's really cool. And I feel like that would get a lot of views. There's no one that I can find online really using it for airsoft. When we went to AMS, I saw a lot of these boxes, so people
Yeah.
are using it. They're just not like, I guess, talking about it or whatever. We had a couple other ideas. Austin, what were some of the other ones that we kind of wanted to do?
So, I've been wanting to do like short clips of like different, training scenarios
Mhm.
or like small clips of how to set your gear up. I know Noah would like to do stuff like that.
That'd
We
be
need to
cool.
work together. And
Evike-
Airsoft specific.
Evike Matt has kind of, I don't know if you've seen some of the new Evike posts, but they've kind of done that. Like they've talked about like drawing your secondary, doing this and that, and it's not, I guess it's not specifically to airsoft, but it kind of is. And those kind of videos I like. They're really fun.
Yeah, well, I just want to take my experience from, me being in the military, and then even my time in airsoft. Like, I've been doing airsoft, and so has Noah, since we were kids, and you learn a lot of things. You learn over the years, you learn what kit works, what kit doesn't, what's good for this, what's not good for that, what's useful, what's not useful, where things should go. And there's a lot of new players who don't know any of this information, and it takes a lot of money and time to learn it, you know. And you could save so much time and so much money if this information was out there. And there's some information, there's a lot of it, but I think airsoft is becoming more normalized, especially in the gun community, where before it used to be looked down on. But there's a lot of big name gun guys getting into it and trying to help the younger crowd, do the right thing and get up and progress. And that's what I would like to know. I know Noah wants to do the same, and even you, Dalton. And Noah, with his experience with real-life firearms and kit, I mean, we've been using this stuff for so long and training.
Semi-professional LARPer.
Yeah. So I think between us, we have a lot of experience and a lot of information that we could put out there to the public, and especially the younger kids coming up to it. Because, I mean, I was 10, 12, 13, and I was learning all this, and I had to learn it all on my own. And I think if they had someone with that information that could be easily accessible, it would be a lot better. Because I know if I was younger and I had that information, it wouldn't have taken me as much money and time to know the things I know now.
I agree. Having some sort of if you're a beginner, these are like the 3 loadouts, like you could do like a chest rig loadout like this or that. And these are under certain budgets that you can do to get started. And this is like the best gear. You could use it when you get more serious. It's upgradable.
Sure.
Nah, dude,
Well,
just
then,
find the coolest fucker you know from a video game and copy his outfit entirely.
I'm sorry. I didn't know you were an Airsoft Redditor. Okay.
Well, something that also goes along with what he just said, though, find your favorite popular YouTuber, like, let's say, Novrich. And you get this 10-year-old, 12-year-old who wants to be a sniper, and they see Novrich's videos, and they think it's just going to be all day, nonstop, getting scope cam kills, and that's how it's going to be. And even Novrich will tell you, that's not what it's like, So,
right.
it's sometimes you have to be that person to say, hey, I know this is what you'd like, but maybe start out with this.
Right.
I'm
Something a
gonna
little bit more reasonable.
Throw back a little bit to something Austin and I witnessed, one of the best moments of my airsofting career.
Oh God, I know what he's
at
about to say.
CartCon. That field, these kids, like literal children, these kids spend some money. Their parents spend some money.
Yeah, their parents spent some money.
And we were sitting on the tailgate of one of our trucks. It was just me and him. This is before we had the team. And we're sitting there just, fat and out of breath. And this kid walks by carrying like the built Novrich sniper rifle that you can buy that's like $1,000 damn with the scope and everything. And his sling has broken. And so he's holding the sling like he's walking a dog, and he is dragging the gun behind him. Remember that, Austin?
I remember, and it was.
And the gun is just scraping through the gravel.
This
He's
brand new rifle, his parents probably just bought him.
Bruh.
Yeah,
dragging it.
Scope is in the dirt, just. And we both just. We just watched him go by. See, that's what I want to prevent, right? Let's help these kids.
Yeah, and
God bless.
we have our reserve video up on YouTube.
Damn Fortniters.
Yeah, I mean, there's some really good kids, and I don't want to crap on the younger kids. They're only doing the best they can. You don't know what you don't know, right? So these kids though, but they want to do good. They want to just be helpful, but it just takes someone like us to hold out that hand and say, hey, come with me, we'll help you.
Right.
So,
right.
That's what I really liked about our reserves video. Like, this group of kids, we call them birthday parties, and they show up, and even the parents were super grateful. And we may have touched on this the last time on the last podcast, but this is how important and passionate I am on the subject. I think it's very important. The younger generation is what's going to continue airsoft, So I think it's very important. And I wish I had those mentors growing up. because I just got looked down on, as a kid in airsoft.
Right.
Oh, you're just, I try not to do that with younger kids. Try to help them and show them the right way. So I think it's important.
Because, like, I mean, yeah, that's the future. That's going to be... That was us at one time. That's going to be the people playing in, 4, 5, 6, 10 years. So,
Yeah.
And especially, I think, now with the, like, climate of anything gun-related, like, everyone's got to stick together as much as possible.
Yeah, it's all about education, and Noah can attest to this because he is technically a firearms instructor, and I know he talks to a lot of people who may be on the fence or just doesn't know a whole lot about it, and it's so much about correct information and education. Like I just said, you don't know what you don't know, and then it's all about how you educate somebody. You can't just be like, and try to beat it into them, because then you're just going to push them further away.
Oh yeah, I will always prefer someone who knows nothing than someone who knows a little bit or something.
Yeah.
Enough
Then
to think they know a
stubborn.
lot.
Yeah, then they get stubborn. They don't want to learn.
Yeah.
I'd rather work with the 10-year-old kids than like the
Well, Noah,
the
you
stubborn
remember?
neckbeard or something.
Well, you remember we were playing at CarCon, and there was an older gentleman. He was a Marine, and he started yelling and cussing at that little kid. Like, I don't know if you remember.
Oh,
He was wearing
man, I
that-
do remember that.
And he's like, F
That was
you
awkward.
and this, and I was just,
Yeah.
I was like, dude, this is unnecessary. Like, that's a kid. Like, you got to stop.
Did you tell him
You
to
know, and I
simper
was-
fuck off?
Yeah. I was like, dude,
No.
chill out. Like, you're not helping the situation. It's just a kid. You're not. What are you teaching him?
That was cringe.
That was awful.
He entered jarhead mode. You got to give him some crayons to calm him down.
Dude, he was one of those Marines that was medically discharged. Probably, stupid. Probably didn't even make it through boot.
Yeah, I know one of my favorite memories was when we ran into that birthday party of there's like 10 kids, and they were what, 7 to 10 maybe, if that.
Yeah.
They were young.
And-
they were like two people carrying an M4. A couple
They're-
of
It's so
them were
funny
small.
watching them carry the M4s because they're so much bigger than they are. It's so funny.
You guys both picked up on it, but you're right in saying that I think that they all played sports, or that like the parents were involved in them like playing sports.
They
'cause,
were
like,
super capable, and
Yeah.
they were eager to learn.
because the parents, mainly I think the dad, would bring over the group of kids and be like, okay, we're all new to this, what do we need to be doing, where do we need to go, how does XYZ work? And we would explain, this is the spawn system, that's where theirs is, this is where ours is, you just touch the barrel, like, you can't, like, go through cracks in the walls, like, watch this point, like, usually in this game mode, they're gonna come from here. And they're all, like, every one of them was super attentive, and, like, usually Noah or somebody will tell me, like, hey kid, you watch that corner, and they'll just like go pick their nose in a corner. But like they were like, him and like his buddy would go watch that corner, and god damn it, they were gonna fucking watch that corner. Like
They
were,
held it too.
we won that game. We won several
and
games
we
with them.
won. Yeah, that was
And-
the craziest part.
And I know for a fact we said this on the last podcast, but like the parents came up to us after one of the games that we were still out on the field, and they were like, "Hey, we want to benefit you guys. We want to actually do good. We don't want to be a burden. Is there anything we can do to improve, to help
Yeah.
the team?" And I found that so humbling and so inspiring, because these parents, these adults, were coming to us and was like, "What can we do to be better?" And I think that's what we need more of, and
Absolutely.
including us. Like, we need to be able to go to someone and say, "How can I improve? How can we be better?" We can't be so fixated on we're perfect and we're amazing that we can't improve ourselves.
I think a lot of it is because like airsoft is mostly like 25 and younger, right? Especially a lot of it is like 16 and under.
Yeah.
And so you get these kids that have been playing, and not to like stereotype, but like, a lot of these kids, like, they get into guns and stuff because of like Call of Duty, because of Fortnite, whatever, and they're used to like running and gunning, and like they're the protagonist, they're the main character, like they want to run around and get their clips like their favorite YouTuber, and they're not thinking about like working as a team. But that's how you, I mean, unless you're playing deathmatch, then yeah, go tear ass,
Yeah.
have fun.
Sure.
But like if you're playing in objective mode, if you're going to these Milsims, like, to be a better player, it's like, where are weak spots and like where we need to advance, where do we need to do that. A lot of it is just not being afraid to get shot. Like, so many kids never make it past the first spawn line.
Yeah, the first barrier.
And it's like these kids, like we were just talking about, they were getting up there, they were getting lit up, and they were like, wow, this is fucking great. I'm gonna go walk back to spawn now, like.
Yeah.
But yeah, just like not being afraid to play the actual game that you went and paid money to go play, like pretty good concept there.
Well, I think it helped a lot too because the parents were out there with them.
Yeah.
The mom took a full blast
I remember that.
to the face, and she was like, "I just got lit up.
Yeah.
Let's go!" And she walked back to spawn, and then came back and was like, "Let's do it all over again." A lot of parents will just drop their kids off and sit up at the little Archon has a little overhang deck, and they would go sit out there or drive off and go home or go somewhere else while their kids are playing, and they have no one.
I
And so
remember,
it's just-
well, I don't remember which of you was with me, but one of the kids was like, "Hey, I don't know, my gun won't work."
Oh,
I was like, well, let
I
me-
saw that.
And we are like,
I know
in
you,
the shit.
Austin was there.
It's
we
in
were
the
like,
video.
We are like up in the shit, like
Yeah.
rounds flying. I was like, oh well, let me take a look at it. And
Mhm.
he had just like, I don't know if he tripped. He had just buried this gun into the mud.
A muzzle
His
was just
muzzle was
2
just
inches
nothing
You
but
see
mud.
grass hanging out of it.
Yeah, there was grass. So I was hunkered down with a multi-tool, like taking
Yeah,
shit
I'm
out
pretty
of
sure
it.
I
like,
handed you my multi-tool and I handed it to you and you were digging it out of the barrel.
I gave it back to him. He's like, thank you so much.
Yeah. See, it's just small things like that. He'll remember that. They'll remember. They will all remember probably that day for a very long time.
There's another kid that Furby calls Little John Wick, and he's this young kid, and he's got like an HPA gun, and like he's so small and quiet that he sneaks up behind everybody, and he gets so many fucking kills. Like he's an inspiration to me, and
I went toe to toe with him, and we were just trading kills back and forth one day, and like I would get him, he would get me, and it was just all day back and forth. We would just be tagging each other. But yeah.
I think the three of us always try to, like, if we see like someone who's aimless on the field, we're like, hey, if you want to do something, like go here and try to help these guys out, because like a lot of them are confused, and I'm sure it's overwhelming. Like it was for me getting back into it, and I've played before.
Yeah, as an adult,
So-
it can be overwhelming, especially if you're getting back into it or new. Like you don't know what to do, you know.
Guardians was kind of overwhelming for me.
For
Like,
me
there were-
as well.
There were 800 people there, and
Yeah,
we're in a whole city.
in
and
a
you're just
city
like,
with subways and intel and memes. It was a lot.
That's what
Just
you say.
a new place, like you have no idea like where anything is. You're just like, here's a map, figure it out.
Yeah.
It literally, people are like, on the radio, like, hey, moron, you need to go to building Q1573649er, and you're just like,
I don't know. I don't even know where I'm at. Like, what is this?
You're sitting
Like,
in
I
the
don't know
corner.
what state I'm in.
Your map's upside down and wrinkled,
That did happen.
and
Yep.
you're
Yeah.
like, bro, I don't know where
At
I'm
one
at.
point,
like
one point
even
the three of us were trying to read a map, and someone said, "No, your map's upside down." Like,
even with
do
my
that.
6 years of military experience, it was like overwhelming, and I was like, dude, I don't know what the fuck is going on here. Like, we're just gonna keep going in this direction
Yeah.
because that's where the enemy is.
The
follow the green that way.
The last thing I had on our list, and we can talk about whatever. I was just going to bring this up. We plan to, unless extenuating circumstances arise, planning, the 17th of this month? Noah? Is that right?
I gotta look at a calendar because I'm a
I think so.
tard. Yeah.
From what I remember.
So I will be there. Noah will be there. Austin, are you going to be there? Probably not. Did you
Just-
have...
Just get COVID and then come play airsoft.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. I can't remember exactly what I had going on.
It was like
See,
a
then it
wedding or
wasn't
something.
important.
Oh yeah, my aunt's wedding.
Okay. Not getting out of that one probably, huh?
You've got a bunch of it.
Dude, okay,
Well,
print a
We're
balloon,
not
get a
su-
balloon,
we're
and
not
put your
super
face
close.
on
We're not super close to that side, just for many reasons. But I've kind of ditched a lot of things from them. So,
I get it.
I don't know. We'll see. I'll see what
it.
I.
Alright. And then we're also going to the Halloween game. We plan to do that. And
Dude, I'm
we,
so excited.
just before this started, we saw that Nashville's having like a grand reopening. And so we're going to try... Marcus also has
October
not responded.
1st?
Yeah, October
That
1st.
She said.
Can't go to.
I don't even know, like, if... I might bring some stuff, like a pistol, and just try to play for a little bit. But just kind of hang out with everybody and whatever. Nashville, like, I love it, but a lot of the times it gets hectic to play for a super long time if it's hot, just because it's, you know.
Now, are they in a new field, new location?
No,
New
I-
owners.
with new
Just new
owners.
owners.
So I'm
Yeah.
sure they've maybe redone the field a little bit, and they said there's going to be a lot of vendors there, and raffles and whatnot. So if anything, I'm just going to go to see everybody and hang out for a little while, and we might play a couple games and.
Let me
Yeah.
drop a gun off to get Gucci'd.
Yeah. So.
That's one of my favorite fields to run the GHK, just because we're close. Not many
We need to
rounds.
go more too, like especially when it's not as hot. When it's fun to go. It's just like because it's such good training for CQB, and Marcus and the guys always have really crazy game modes that you can't really pull off at
Marcus is still
CarCon.
there, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, thank God.
So the man that Speed Softers have yet to cancel. The man that
Yeah,
myth, the
they
legend.
tried. They are trying, but it ain't gonna work.
But
Hopefully not with these new owners. Hopefully the new owners don't cave and be like, "You're gone, guy."
I think also something we should before the end of the year, like this fall, since it's prime weather, we should try to go to all the different fields in Tennessee, like
Well,
within
Noah, I think you
reasonable
were in
distance.
the restroom, but I was just telling Dalton we need to go to Summertown.
I just use the
Airsoft.
sink. But yeah, Summertown. Yeah, Summertown Airsoft. People
It's-
message me. I don't know why they message me, but people message me a lot, specifically about Summertown. Like to the
Yeah.
point, I think there's a conspiracy to make us go to Summertown. I get
Well-
asked once a week if we've been to. Like, when are you guys going to Summertown?
It's
When do you
right
go?
across from my sister, fiance's parents' house. Apparently,
Oh, okay, cool.
my sister was like, "Hey, you heard of Summertown? It's right down the road from Daniel's parents." And I was like, "Oh, I've heard of it." But
So dumb question, but it is actually in Summertown, right? Like that's not just the name. Yes. Okay, Lawrence
I
Kansas.
guess. Yeah,
we should.
we need to go.
Not to dox myself, but it's only an hour and a half away.
Oh, that I know exactly where you live now. So, I think we'll try to organize that somewhat loosely and be like, hey, we're gonna be at this field at X date, and that way, if anyone else wants to come, like it'd be kind of a cool to have.
Yeah, I
other
know.
people
I
show
know
up.
Unit really likes playing out there.
Like CartCon, I think will forever be home just because we have such a good relationship with everyone there and the history there. But I think it's important also to like not only just for fucking trying it, just to see what else is out there, but like support all the other fields.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
And
We just had a new kid start at work, and everyone at work knows what I do, and they're like, Austin, you gotta come over here. So I come over there, and they're like, this kid likes airsoft, and I was like, oh, do you now? So I gave him a business card, told him about our patches. I was like, so where do you go play? He was like, well, I go play at CartCon, and I was like, well, have you heard of Meme Team 6? And he was like, yeah, and I was like, it's us, guy. And he was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So it was funny.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
like
a celebrity now.
No.
getting
Big
I might try to take my drone out to those other fields too, just like that way other people have a really good idea of like, because a lot of times it's like some like 50-year-old dude using like a Nokia flip phone like taking pictures of the field and putting them on Google. So having some really good footage for everyone to be like, oh shit, this is what this field has, or this is what this field has, like it couldn't hurt. So
No. Can't hurt.
okay.
So you think?
Misfits Airsoft is another one.
Oh, the gun I'm HPAing is an MCX. I didn't mention that earlier. I'm going to keep the Crytek as the AG, and I would get it out, but it's in a bunch of these boxes. It's all taken apart right now.
You guys will see my HPA project. It's
His is going to be the most dangerous out of all of ours. It's
mine's-
coming later.
There's
I'm
a few more
HPA in the
pieces on
MP5.
mine.
That'll be
So-
my next HPA project.
Yeah, so. But yeah, I will put a link to the post about our patches, and then a link to this compressor in the description.
Buy them.
Definitely buy as many as you can afford without going
Who
bankrupt.
doesn't want a tacked out Chungus? Like that's
I personally own one. I own several, but I might be a little
that's
biased.
as memes as it gets.
I mean,
So a coworker bought a Chungus patch,
Yeah.
and she took it home, and her daughter found it, and her daughter's a freshman in high school, I think, and so her daughter found it and was like, Mom, where'd you get this patch? And so she told her, and so she took it now, and now she just has it on her school backpack, and she
Hell
just
yeah.
takes it to school. So
How-
it's pretty funny.
Alphonse, when we gave him his, he said he's going to wear it right above his ass, so it might still be there if he hasn't lost it yet. But
right next to the bagel.
The bagel, the dump pouch bagel. That's all the topics I really had roughly to go over. If you guys have anything else, I think. Oh, Noah wanted to bring up a tradition we should start on the podcast is at the end of it or some point we should have a segment where we do airsoft grievances and hot takes, and all of us get to go around and share however many we feel is relevant. So, Noah, I'll let you go first. Is your idea?
Well, I had a really big list, and now I'm looking to narrow them down. My hot take. My hot take. Eye protection is bad, and you just shouldn't wear it.
Oh,
Oh, he's gone.
I actually don't know if he can come back. Well, he owns the server, so hopefully he can come back in here.
He just
Pretty hot, pretty spicy take. Can he get back in here?
I don't think he plans on coming back.
All right. I'm just gonna move him back in here. Get your ass back in here. Yeah, that's pretty spicy take.
Yeah. No, actually, British people complain about getting shot in the head a lot in airsoft, and none of them wear a fucking face mask, I've noticed. So your teeth are already bad enough. You should protect them. That's my actual hot for this episode.
Sustained. I believe that's a very valid hot take. Austin, what you got?
Oh god.
Kicking Mustang is a dick, but you also should wear a face mask.
Yeah, fair.
Oh my gosh, like so like people hate Kicking Mustang so bad. He just plays aggressive. Like, don't whine. You're playing to get shot anyway. Like, don't want to get shot in the face. Wear a face mask and a helmet. It is what it is. But whatever. Yeah, British people are weird. My hot take is regards to Milsims, because this is where it's mostly is applicable. Freaking sit down when you get hit. Jesus, for the love of God,
yeah.
Sit down. Like, quit crying about keep getting shot when you're still standing there when you have 30 other guys behind you. Like, don't sit there and cry because we're still shooting. You're not the only one there I'm shooting at, my guy. So get down, get out of the way, and let Daddy do some work.
Yeah, because, like, him having to use more BBs on you, that's hurting the environment.
Like,
So,
hey,
Yes.
don't be mad at me because I keep shooting you. Be mad at your buddies who are using you as a human shield.
You are contributing to global warming by not getting out of the way when you get hit.
it's true.
Yeah,
It's
you're
true.
killing the kids.
Global warming, eh?
Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely
Think
not
of
cooling
because-
anything, so.
Think of your children.
BBs are known to release greenhouse gases.
They do if you're running a gas gun.
Think of
Big
your
if true.
Think
All
of
right.
The children.
All right, Mr. Tism, you got anything you want to bring to
Yeah.
the table?
Got any hot takes, Tism?
I do not. I'm just along for the ride, boys.
All right, fair enough. Mine?
You know I don't airsoft as much as I'd like because y'all are, more than a 5-minute walk away.
Well, you live 1,000 miles away, so
We'll forgive it this time.
yeah, you get a pass.
Mine is not necessarily a hot take, more of so that it is a fucking a grievance. You could put it either way, but
That works.
get the fuck out of the way of the doors. Like, I'm a big guy, so I need a little bit more room than the average bear, the average airsoft player. But like, when you got 30 like 10-year-olds like peeking around the door and like tying their shoes and everything in every single doorway, either I'm trying to get back to spawn or get back up to help my buddies, and you're in there like playing Pokemon cards in the doorway, like, it's not fucking helping. Like, move, disperse, find another doorway like at your house to stay in front of, but just like it's not helping anybody. Advance, go back to spawn, or just get out of the doorway. They should never be
Quit
blocked.
crowding the doorways.
I don't know how many times I've you probably hear me in videos, but I'm like, this is a walkway. Let people walk through. This is a doorway.
I don't know why people congregate around the doorway so often. That's such a bad spot.
I don't
to
know. Maybe
be.
they're like, bro, look at this framing. This is a fantastic
If
fucking
there was
doorway.
ever-
Good frame job.
If there was ever a big red X that you're supposed to get off of, that's it. And I don't know why people decide that that's where they want to stay.
And you'll have 15 guys around one window. Like, only maybe 2 can like peek out of the same thing and get different
Yeah, it's
angles.
like- It's like, how about we actually move up instead of 20 of us trying to look through one hole?
People don't understand, new players don't understand, that if fucking 20 chuckleheads push with, like, their clear Springer pistols, like, maybe 4 of 5 of them are gonna make it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's a rate of success there where progress can be made.
The Soviet Union proved in World War II they can't kill all the people.
It's true.
Just
You guys are
enough
little.
of you go, someone will get through.
You guys are little. You guys are fast. There's probably cocaine in
Yep.
those jewel pods you guys are snorting
Yep.
every 5 seconds. Like,
Hey,
You're a
we've done
smaller
enough gun
target than
tosses.
us. Exactly, yeah. Like, you're a
Just
smaller
die,
target than
toss
us,
your
you're
gun back,
faster.
and keep going.
you can leave your gun there and just run back to spawn if that makes it easier for you. If the gun's bigger
Yeah.
than you, just like prop it up, put the kickstand on, fucking leave it running and idle, and then just go back
Yeah.
and come back to the gun. Like, it'll be
I
alright.
know all of you are on Adderall. You can run for years. You just like, you won't stop. Just ADHD that door and just go run at it.
There's been a lot of times
What are you doing?
in the bomb mode, the central bomb on the hill at CartCon, where we had guys that would just put their guns down, no firearms, and they
I'm
would
pretty
just
sure
run
one
to
of
try
our
to.
videos,
In
I've
our
done that.
I'm yelling. I'm like, why is a guy with no gun up here doing more than all of you?
Listen,
I've said that.
if you're a track player or like a track member, like in your high school or college or whatever, and you're fucking fast, I will pay for like a green or black t-shirt for you to be on our team, and you can just be the objective runner the whole time.
Just run for it.
It'll be good practice. You can use it as college credit, and you'll probably be on YouTube.
We'll write you
I'm a
down.
professor. I'll sign off on
Yeah,
it.
it'll be alright.
Yeah, we'll write you a letter of recommendation.
Yep. Put you in for a scholarship.
Other than that, go watch our new Iron Horse video. I spent
Yes.
a lot of time. I probably should have been in therapy during the making of the video, but it's out now, so go watch it. It's really, really good.
We put a lot of effort and time into our videos, but
Yeah.
the quality of them are very, very nice.
We are also 5 subscribers away from 700.
Giveaway.
If you're already watching this, if you've been here this long and you're not subbed, the fuck?
What are
so
you doing?
I'm gonna. This is not officially saying it, but I do. Anyone who watches this podcast, I would like to get criticism or ideas on this. I've thought about doing a giveaway, and we could do like an actual prize. Like, we've talked about meme prizes before, but I'd be willing to do like an Evike or Amped gift card. When we get to 1,000 subs, it will be given to someone, and you have to be subscribed or following on Instagram and YouTube, and you have to like tag 3 of your buddies. Like, if you tag 3 of your buddies on Instagram or YouTube, and you're following us on both of the main channels, when we hit 1,000, if we get to it by the end of the year, you could be entered into the running. So, you know, you got to think, not many people are doing it. You're going to have at least a 1,000th of a chance to get free money. So, you know, pretty not bad. But we might do that. That's not me saying we're going to officially do it, but that's an idea I had, because like, I really would like to hit 1,000. So if you guys have
I think
any,
it's safe to say we'll do it because I'm all in.
yeah.
And I know he is, and I know he is.
So
I was messaging Market.
did he respond to us?
Yes.
What did he say?
He didn't have anything specifically to bring up about the paintball field, and then he asked if we were familiar with the RFID wristbands at Nitchville.
No, I'm not.
And he sent us a link to the field also.
Okay. Let me pull it up real quick. Let me pull that up real quick. DMs.
Oh my gosh, I'm sweaty.
We do eventually want to live stream these, just so people in the chat can come and hang out. But this is only our second podcast. Like, once
We have to get popular first.
if we
have people.
yeah, if we do, like, we're probably gonna do one like twice a month, maybe once a month, and then we can live stream it.
Probably not heavily airsoft related either, honestly.
No, because like
the darkness.
we can. What's up, Bane? Like, we can talk about airsoft. Yeah, we play so many different games, movies. Fucking
There's
just
only one video game.
just whatever. Okay, sorry, Russian boy. Okay.
Battlefield. That'd be a fun.
Gonna
game
have to
stream.
stage an intervention for you sometime, Noah.
You need help. You have an issue.
Okay, so this is actually pretty cool. If let me link this in the Discord for people here. So this looks like the whole different thing than what I was looking at. I was talking about a skirmish field. Again, I'm going to put this in general. Hopefully that will work. I tried to pull it up earlier and it wouldn't load on my desktop, so we'll see.
It worked.
It worked.
Okay, I don't know what was happening then, but so these are RFID enabled wristbands that are apparently supported at like Ballahawk, Nashville, Extreme Airsoft, Motor City Airsoft. It like tracks your shit, like when you go and do objectives and stuff. Like it's a way, I guess the RFID is like near field communication, so it can like tap and be scanned and stuff.
That's what they need at these Milsims, because when we caught all those points, it was so hard to get in touch with the command to let them know that we actually...
Oh yeah, plus the radio's over that much of a distance.
This is super cool. Marcus, I'm sure you know infinitely more about how it's integrated at Nashville and how it's used and the features of it. If you would ever like to come on the podcast for any amount of time, it doesn't have to be a whole episode. We could do a segment. We can do a separate interview with you and talk about it. This seems like something really cool. I'm a big tech geek, so like any kind of like technology in airsoft that makes sense is always cool to see, especially if it's like score tracking, because there's nothing's out there like that. So if you're watching this and you want to come on and talk about this one day, or you know anyone that does and would like to talk about it, I'm all for it. Because this like is definitely something I want to learn more about. This seems really cool. So let me pull the so if anyone who's watching can go to play.skirmish.net, and then you get a YouTube video and some of the fields and stuff. So pretty cool. I'm interested in learning more about this. So all right, well that's I think we can, unless we got anything else really.
How long has this been going?
Pull the plug.
Probably right at an hour and 15 minutes.
Stay in school, kids.
There you go.
Do drugs.
Stay off milk.
Only if you're cool.
Don't do school. Drink your drugs.
Only cool kids do drugs.
We got Call of Duty beta coming out this month.
Eat your floor BBs.
There you go. Eat your floor BBs. They're good for you.
Of course, the Tism would like that. You Tism.
I like the way they crunch.
Yeah, they never get stale. They always have the good crunch to them.
Yeah, dude.
We will. We'll have this posted probably maybe by the end of the day. I don't know. It's probably not that hard to edit. And we'll try to do a podcast maybe at least once a month, maybe twice a month. We'll see. And if you guys want us to start streaming it, then I can figure that out pretty easily.
We should do some gaming reviews in the next one. Talk about the Back 4 Blood update. If you guys have been playing that,
very true.
Which you should.
Very true.
I have Back 4 Blood.
That sucks for you, big guy.
Yeah.
Too much content.
Buy it.
Too much
Buy
content.
It for me. Buy it.
Yeah, it does have.
All right. All right. I'm gonna end it. So I am ending the recording.